And we are live. We were having so much fun in the pre-stream that we totally forgot that it's already past 23:31. Sorry, my bad. Today we're going to talk about, well, what else? The coronavirus and the stupidity we have in Europe when it comes to how to deal with said virus. Because let's be honest, never let a good tragedy go to waste, so let's scare the people shitless and then demand weird things of them. Now, Ludicrous Leprechaun, who is with us tonight, made a very nice video about it, and I'm not really sure if I should share it with you right here. I'm going to leave that up to Ludicrous. Ludicrous, what do you say, mate?
I say we wait until a few more people come in before we show it, otherwise you're just going to show it to Holocaust stand.
Fair enough, but at the same time...
I'm happy enough for it to be shown.
Sorry?
I'm happy enough for it to be shown.
I don't... It's what you want. I can also direct people to go and watch it at your channel, which is, by the way...
Not now!
You can do both.
You can do both.
No, but
Oi.
not now. Don't direct people at the start of a stream to go away from the stream.
Fair point, fair point. See,
Well,
that's why we're not growing. That's why we're not growing. But yeah, no, you made a great video. And obviously, I have a bunch of stories ready to tell you how bad it is in the world. And oh, poor people because of Corona. Michael Keller was kind enough to help me find a bunch of the links that I knew probably would have been there, but I couldn't find because that's how things go. And obviously, John is here because it's Saturday.
No,
Uh,
I'm trying
No.
to give up.
He's
We're
trying
all
to give
gonna
up.
die!
I have technical difficulties. One moment, please. I'm back.
Well, but it's true, we are all going to die.
Yes.
The question is when, but eventually we all die.
Yeah.
And yes, Ludacris has a channel, Nick's Radio. You should check him out. But not
Very
now.
good. Very good.
It is. He makes funny stuff. He really does. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Go on, mate. Go on then.
No, just I'm trying to make some more videos in the near future because I think I'll have a bit more time in my hands.
Well, yeah, we're all sitting home now, but it's quite funny because I'm in a way I'm a little bit surprised that Ludacris doesn't have more subscribers because his stuff really is funny. But then again, who knows? Death has been suspended because of the coronavirus. Death services will resume after the disease has been quarantined. Well, there is that. Michael is there. Oh, Paolo, did you want to join in the chat, by the way? That would be... It's been a while since we had a hangout with more people on the hangout side than on the other side.
If there's a topic to have lots of people participate.
Sing Imagine. No, it used to be a good song, but then they raped it.
We should come up with a different song to sing.
But I mean, how can you be multimillionaire, sitting in a mansion, and then sing a song like Imagine?
Oh, I know. We sing R.E.M's song. It's the end of the world as we know it.
Paolo, you're welcome to come even if there are 4 of us. But it's up to you, mate. Maybe next time.
And Nick.
Has
Nick,
MK
you're
dropped
also
out?
welcome to come through that.
Has MK dropped out?
No, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Okay.
He said he'll be back. I assume that that's what's going to happen. So there is that.
For some reason, you're not showing in my thing.
I'm not.
No, this isn't showing in my
In your notifications?
subscriptions. No subscriptions.
Yeah, that's
Because not normally live stuff is like at the top.
No, I had it a few times as well. That's how do you call it? When you went live and I had to find you, it didn't tell me,
No.
and so I had to go manually to SOT stream and all that. It's quite annoying. Twitter is doing whatever it can to.
Actually, if we're going to sing a Lennon song, why not sing Revolution?
Okay.
Well, you say you want a revolution, but you don't really.
Well, you know,
Because
we all want to change. the world.
coronavirus is reorienting people's sense of perspective back down to planet Earth.
Yeah.
And all these people who said they wanted a revolution have suddenly lost interest.
Yep.
Of course, another John Lennon song we could try is I'm Only Sleeping.
I'm only sleeping.
I can play that one. We can sing along.
Hey, echte.
Don't play it though, because then I might. Yeah, fuck it, play it.
Sorry, that was me.
Ah,
I assume that was your phone, but if that was you, I don't know, mate. Doesn't sound good.
hey, there are birds in Australia who can sound like car alarms.
Mockingbirds.
All right. Well, I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in.
I don't think they're mockingbirds. I think aren't mockingbirds American? As in to kill a mockingbird?
Or was it the kookaburra? I can't remember.
No, it's something like a minor bird, but it's not a minor bird. But
Okay.
Well, they
an
grow
incredible
older.
mimic is being the point.
So, considering that we now have a massive 4 people watching and a massive 4 people in the stream, I'm not sure. By the way, did Michael Callum come back yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, okay. It's only 3 then. The revolution will be televised, then transferred to all available formats. Indeed.
And then Paolo posts a link, which makes me worry that that's the link to the revolution.
Right. You say you want a revolution.
No, but the whole point about revolution is
well,
that
you
you
know.
don't want a revolution, really.
Oh.
That's the whole point of the song. It's saying you say you want a revolution, but did you think about it properly and realise it was a really dumb idea?
Anyone listen to these videos post, live?
Sorry?
Does anyone listen to these videos after after it finished going live?
What, these? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There are comments and everything. Not many. And Modwin and I do our best to totally ignore them because we never check, but there are.
Yes, I'm trying to see how much hate's going to come in over my new video.
None. Why would you get any hate?
No, there's lots of people who are antiviral.
Yeah.
Well, there is that, but...
But how many watch your channel though?
Oh, sorry.
Pretty much none. But I have publicised it on Minds.
And how does that tend to work out, Norman?
I get a few thumbs up.
No, thumbs up, but how many views?
Well, when I boost it, then normally the boost 1,000, and it comes back saying 1,000 has been reached.
No, I don't mean in minds. I mean, how many views
Oh, views. Well, maybe.
of your video does posting your video on Minds generate?
Well, I'm not sure they counted on mines, but in general, my views are in the teens.
Oh, do you upload your video to the Minds as well?
No, you can upload it in Minds, but you can also link it in Minds.
Yeah,
But
no. But this is my point.
But if
People
you-
see in YouTube how many views you've got.
But if you link it in Minds, YouTube doesn't count the views. Just like when you link it in Facebook,
Really?
YouTube doesn't count the views.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, YouTube is kind of funny like that.
That's weird.
It is.
Bizarre. Still, I'm not a fan of Minds, so there you go.
Anyway, so considering the amount of people that we have, should we get
Or
started
don't.
with it? Or don't, indeed. Should we get on with it? Get on with it.
Indeed. You guys get on with it. I'm going for a beer.
Hello, am I back?
You are back, Michael
Oh,
Keller,
great
and
God.
just in time because you don't have to call me God. I mean, okay, understandable, but you can also call me Modwayne. That's okay.
Oh, isn't it boring when everything is working fine? Ugh.
Challenges, mate. They have to be met. And Ludicrous is the walrus. Koekakatoep.
Yes.
Yes.
John said it was Modwin.
What, the walrus?
Yeah.
No. I've got a beard, and my mustache isn't big enough. Let me see. Anyway, so let's get started, because there is this thing going round. It's the coronavirus, also dubbed Kung
The beer
Flu.
illness.
Not
Pardon
that.
me. I'm the only one who calls it that, but it is also dubbed the beer illness.
You're the only one dubbing that, so that doesn't really count. I'm trying to use names other people use.
Yeah,
As
well,
in-
the only time I've ever heard Kung Flu is if someone accusing Donald Trump of using the term.
Well, true, but Steven Crowder already had a song, Everybody's Kung Flu Fighting.
Yeah, but didn't Trump use the Wuhan virus?
Oh,
And-
yeah.
Or the China virus?
The,
No,
the
no,
Wuhan
no.
virus, yeah.
Yeah. No,
And
no,
the
Trump did
Wuhan
that.
Corona. So, yeah, that's those are all... No, I like Kung Flu. Kung Flu is funny.
Do you want to play the Wuhan, the video I sent you earlier?
I thought that was really not that good, to be honest. The one, My Corona.
Yeah.
And I the idea is good, but I didn't like the execution.
And I don't like the song anyway. And we had an argument about that because Moderator could not believe I didn't like my Sharona.
Sharona, great song. Great song.
Yeah, Weird Al did a copy of that, My Bologna.
Yeah, My Bologna also a very good song. And My Corona has potential, but the way he did it, I'm sorry. It was a little bit like, "Nyeh." And if I show it, then it'll get how do you call it? It gets blocked or whatever. Not worth not worth the
it's not
risk.
like your channel isn't shadow banned.
Well, I mean, it's like I follow Voltaire's Ghost, and a video came out about something or other, and it's like, this video is blocked in your country, and I'm thinking, a British guy making a video about British stuff, and the one country you can't watch it is Britain.
Makes sense.
Oh, I've had one of my videos blocked that way, but only one.
And apparently it was the Guardian who blocked him, because YouTube is good enough to tell you who's twat enough to block a video.
Yeah. It's kind of stupid like that. But, so, here we have the coronavirus, which is really something to be scared of. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, it must be.
Because people act like assholes, and assholes are to be scared of.
So yeah, there is this
But
this
isn't
thing.
that the normal state?
Probably.
Even more. They're even more like assholes.
But, and I'm going to try.
Oh, that's
and
why they are buying the TP. Ah, now it makes sense.
Yeah. But well, I hope Ludacris manages to get himself a house.
Are you trying to get a house, Ludacris?
That's his meme.
Hmm? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Your meme.
Your meme.
My meme?
What he posted about the things of 3-bedroom house. in
Oh
exchange.
yeah. Oh yeah, the photo. Yeah, you have to, without context of being shown on screen, people are just going to wonder what you're talking about.
Yeah, like now.
Yeah, but you shared the meme and you wondered what you.
John,
What?
one question. Where
Yeah.
did he show it?
It's in the Discord chat.
Right. Okay. Well,
Somewhere
that's.
else. Aha.
We're not going to use that one right now then, because then I have to go through there and find it there. And I.
It was at 02:20 on Tuesday. Hang on. Does that work? Does it work?
But hey,
Well,
let's get the stream started. We
Let's
have 4
get the
viewers
stream
and
going.
all of them
Let's
are in the
get
chat.
it started. Yeah. La 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 la. Beer. Anyway, so
I just posted it
Ah,
into
what's
this
the this
chat.
time?
in Belgium, for example, because we're going to look at the funny things Corona has brought onto Europe. And I'm starting with this one because I really thought it was funny, and I was actually going to make a video about this.
Well,
but
it's
I'm
in
lazy.
Belgium, so it's bound to be.
Well, but it gives you a good sign of Europe in a way, because in Belgium they recognized the problem, and therefore they ordered en masse surgical masks for the migrants, but not for the Belgians,
No, of course
because they don't need that sort of shit.
not. No. You don't have to look after the people who've actually paid all the taxes.
And it's kind of funny because then the Turkish mask supplier defrauds the government. So yeah, that was interesting. The Belgian government ordered surgical masks for Klein Kasteeltje Center for asylum seekers in Brussels. And at the same time, it was telling the Belgian people that they only needed to wash their hands to protect themselves.
So, let me get this right. The government does something stupid and gets itself ripped off and wastes a lot of money.
Well,
What's new?
the problem is not so much that the government did something stupid.
No,
The government did something
I was
stupid.
generalising it to make the joke. So what's new?
Well, what's new is that they actually that they get defrauded isn't the fun. The thing
That they wash their hands.
the thing that irked me was that they are completely willing to protect and do everything for the immigrants, but they
Are
care
you sure?
fuck all about their own
for
people.
the immigrants? As
Sorry?
Rick Radio had just pointed out.
I don't think it's we're tired of looking at you people.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Yeah, because the masks aren't that big.
Well, we have a Swiss politician. Apparently, she's a woman, and she was wearing a mask in the last session. The
You're
parliament
breaking
had,
up, or you're
and
falling away.
she was asked to remove the
Politician,
mask.
she was a woman, and
and-
then there was nothing.
Hello?
Did we lose him?
No, I heard
Michael,
it.
you still there?
He said
Oh,
there's a
all
woman.
sounds
She was
gone
in
now.
the last parliamentary session. She wore
What
a
the hell?
mask and she was asked to remove the mask.
Oh,
Oh, thanks, John. Don't make me
I don't know
panic,
what's
have
going
technical
on, but I
difficulties
have
today.
no sound.
Sorry, I was just recapping to show I had actually
Yeah.
both heard and listened.
Okay, may I finish the story now, as you apparently can hear me?
This is
hopefully-
weird. This is weird.
Of course you
well,
can.
and then she removed the
Why don't I have
mask,
sound?
and I heard the whole country screaming, "No, please put the mask back on." Could have just been in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure
I'm not
about
sure
that.
if you guys can hear
somebody's
me.
Making a joke.
But I can't hear anything.
Who can't?
At least I'm not the only one with technical difficulties today.
Is it Modway? He's running the stream. Nick's radio can hear the stream through Modway's computer, but Modway can't hear the stream.
Well, he is using OBS, is he?
I know, but it's going through his system.
Well, according to
It's a strange evening. Oh, wasn't there a hackathon announced today? For today, the
according
Corona
to OBS,
hackathon,
sound is still
where
being.
hackers are trying to hack all
Transmitted.
kinds of
Oh,
systems.
hackathon, sorry.
But
What did you understand?
I did eventually, yeah. I thought, what's a hackathon?
oh, this is really strange.
Bigger than a kiloton.
Yeah. or it's one who doesn't care. It's a large amount of weight that's not bothered.
No, the worst thing is the Czech laboratory who made great promises on finding a vaccine against Corona has been already hacked and the results have been deleted.
You're joking.
No, sir.
to-
Well, except, well, it's been on RT, on Russia Today. I don't know how reliable that information is, but if it's true, I so hope these hackers are going to get Corona. I so hope they will get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sadly, assholes
No,
rarely
not when-
get that come up.
As a,
Rain, can you hear us?
Right?
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah,
because,
her. I heard the mistress of the house.
I've lost all sound.
She who must be obeyed.
But I'm
No
No,
Karen
he
is
who
here.
must be argued with.
subscribe to us.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Agnieszka.
I thought that was you.
Well, he's swearing.
Yeah,
So-
I know. I keep saying, Modric, if you're talking
Oh,
off
I made a
mic,
typo, and that's why I'm-
mute.
fuck's sake, Agnieszka.
Then again, it's funny we can hear him, but he can't hear us.
I told you that I can't hear anything.
Good thing
Okay,
we are
Boomer.
we are the only ones who are listening to the stream at the moment.
Okay, boomer.
Spare me for fuck's sake, because it
Oh,
doesn't
I'm not a
lost
boomer, I'm a
someone.
Gen
Hey!
Z.
Don't you diss us boomers. I can't help being born in
Are you using
1962.
the
It's an immutable characteristic.
In 1862, you don't look so old.
1960.
Oh, 19, yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Can you hear it?
if I was born in 1862, I'd be applying to
Don't talk
Guinness
that,
for
because I like to hear
recognition.
Yes, okay. Can you hear me like that?
No one has ever lived that
Yes,
long.
we can hear you,
I
Moderator.
can't
Yeah, I
seem
can
to
hear
be
you.
having any sound.
No,
Yes.
I can't hear.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes about 30 seconds.
Maybe we should restart the stream.
Yeah, I do hear us.
I think it's Hangout
No, it's
frozen.
better then.
Give a
I'm
one
sorry,
in
guys,
chat
but
if
I
you
have
can hear
absolutely
Modwin.
no idea what's going on. I can hear. Yeah, I see that now, Michael. I can't hear anything.
Oh, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to put myself on quiet for a while and try to figure out what's going on.
You could hear Modwayne's wife on the stream.
He's probably
Yeah.
turned down the volume on his headphones.
No, what's that?
Either
What's
that
that?
or you
What's
unplugged
that
it.
order? Oh, fuck. What? What's it called? That software, sound software he uses.
Voice meter?
Voice meter. Thank you. He might have accidentally turned
Muted it.
Hangout off. Yes. Or it's just Windows fucking around.
Well, I had issues with Linux. Suddenly everything opened, no keyboard thing worked right. I had to reboot twice. Then I had to change the batteries on the keyboard.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and then it started working after I had to reboot again on Linux.
Yeah.
I
Well,
had the cable.
Linux has never been the same since it's become a vehicle for social justice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Can you hear us now?
That was right.
That's not good.
Well, it shouldn't give your buddies the cable to eat.
Wireless headset.
Yeah, wireless headset like those plug thingies from Apple that look like the Cyberman entry level.
Well, I bought a wireless headset and I found that Windows doesn't support it. So I have to use a cable anyway. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have a dodgy cable. No, I've had a lot of cable problems recently because I keep treading on them and breaking the connection, and sometimes you don't get crackling; it just doesn't work.
That's why I switched to cables with nylon shield. Nylons. How is it pronounced? Like, yeah, thanks.
Shiv?
Yeah, well, with that shielding, and since then, no cable broke, except the ones with the rubber. Not that cable, Modwin. You have dirty mind, sir. That's terrible. Tell your wife to take care of you once in a while. So once every 10 years, you know.
Hey, they've got a 4-year-old kid, so that's another 6 years.
No, question is that no, cannot speak anymore. Now I have the technical difficulties in my head. Okay, let's focus. Did the EU Parliament get the masks and so on, or were they treated like the Belgians? I don't think so.
He said, did the EU Parliament get masks or were they treated like the Belgians? Moderate's already forgotten his own point about the. Well, no, because the EU's not Belgium, if you know what I mean. So, no, they
And they're
might
not
be in
immigrants.
Brussels. They might be in Brussels, but they have their own infrastructure. They wouldn't be relying on the Belgian government for anything. And they have everyone's tax money, so money is no object for them. Well, you would be horrified at the unit cost of many cheap items when purchased by government.
I would not. That's standard operating procedure down here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's also due to the bureaucratic overhead of running a government body.
I'm pretty sure that the rest of European politicians learned how to get away with stealing people's money from our politicians.
No. Trust me, they all do it. They learn.
No, they all did
give
it.
each
But
other hints.
our politicians are much better at it.
Oh yeah, but they all give each other hints, and besides, you've got nothing on the Italians. I cannot believe the Portuguese are worse than the Italians. Sorry.
Did any of you? No. I was just gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, funnily enough, you say that there was a case in Britain of a Chinese person who got attacked because they were wearing a mask. And that was because wearing the mask was taken as a sign of being infected. You're an idiot. Yeah, and an idiot. Yeah.
That's the same.
Oh yeah.
And
But
if you
no,
punch the
absolutely.
nose, that the blood droplets contain more viruses than anything that the person could have breathed at you.
Yeah. Yep. And therefore the most likely. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually wondering the same thing, whether the same thing would happen in Britain, because they're now talking about potentially arresting people for being outside when they shouldn't. And it's like, okay, so what are they going to do with the homeless? Are they A, going to give them somewhere to live, or B, merely persecute them for not having anywhere to live?
Same debate in Germany, by the way. In Hamburg and where was it? Düsseldorf or Bonn? I can't remember. They have homeless people and they have a curfew now, and they should be inside. But every residence for the homeless people, like these shelters, they have closed down because they would have to accommodate more people than it would have been allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have nowhere to go, and now they are asking themselves what to do. Well, I would
Don't
say
be
either
poor.
leave them.
So everyone's going to claim they've got the virus. That's what I said. So all the homeless will now claim to have the virus.
Yeah,
Sure.
and why not just
It's
opening the hotels? There are no tourists anyway.
Yeah. Because they want all the immigrants to die.
2 words for mon Dieu.
Fun with this one. Yes.
I'm
Oh, that's
not-
back in Belgium. I thought we were talking France all of a sudden. I must admit, I was confused.
Well, that's a news story, I think. Belgium
Yeah.
illegal immigrants released from detention center.
Yeah, but Modwayne started talking about France. Then he talked about this.
No, it's different. Both France and Belgium are releasing illegal migrants at the moment.
Yeah, I would suggest releasing them back into the countries they came from.
You can't. They are not accepting immigrants right now. No plane from Europe allowed.
No. Who said plane?
Yeah, boats.
Helicopter.
They can go on
Sorry,
a helicopter
that's me.
right to Antwerp. Just take them on a bus to Antwerp, and tell them to take a nice dip in the North Sea.
We got some spare luxury cruise liners that we could use.
Yeah,
They're pretty empty right now.
Hey, they used cruise liners as hospital ships in times of war. Just
Yeah,
saying.
but at
According
the
to
moment they're more
Canadian
like
politicians.
graveyards. Remember the Diamond Princess?
Yeah, well,
Well, since according to some politicians, we are in a state of war, we could put the immigrants in in cruise ships.
Well, Paul, I have bad news for you. Switzerland already is on emergency law, which you might know as martial law, meaning a state of war. Germany wants to declare it on Monday.
Germany declare war. What a novelty.
Not declare war, the martial law.
No, I'm joking. Sorry.
No,
Imagine
we are
Merkel. There is no alternative. We have to declare war.
And we have to invade all
we're
these
in a state of
countries to make
emergency.
sure we're safe.
Yes.
Just
Well, that's the
remember,
European Union. It has nothing to do with intelligence.
yeah, expecting logic or reason in government is a fool's errand.
Yeah. So you know the derivation of the word politics, don't you, Modwin?
Are
They're
they
just
concentrated in those camps?
They're just euphemisms for each other. Let's be honest.
And always remember in Germany they were called labor camps
Huh.
for the Labour Party.
No.
No, it does make sense because only legal migrants are allowed to work, because illegal migrants are not registered with Social Security, so they can't pay taxes, so they're not allowed to work. Hmm. Oh.
Yeah, because he's a citizen of the European Union.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, but there's another aspect to it, because if you allow the asylum seekers to work, they have a work, or they will find one eventually, and then they will write home, "Oh, it's so easy to get work over here. Join us," and then they will come. Yeah, but don't forget about the political climate, which is help the refugees, help them everywhere, while the own people are, yeah, essentially jobless. It's the same in Switzerland because we have the lockdown, we have the shutdown, we have everything since 2 weeks now, except for the people who work in Switzerland but live, for example, shall we say, in Italy. 70,000 people from Italy drive to Switzerland day by day to work here, while 20,000 people already lost their jobs in the same businesses that the Italians need to work here. Now imagine this happening with the asylum seekers too. No Swiss would have a job, and similar for Dutch and so on. Swiss Social Party hasn't had much support as it has since Federal Consul Berset, he's one of the socialists, decided to wait for 2 months until to close down the borders. They get support for that because they leave the borders open. Yeah, but they're getting more and more support. So your theory about them losing the support is wrong. Uh, I don't see anyone speaking out against the Swiss socialists because we have 320,000 people without a job. I'm one of them. And we have 420,000 people traveling or working from the European Union to or in Switzerland. 300,000 driving to Switzerland in the morning and leaving Switzerland in the evening. And no one spoke up against the socialists. Because anti-right. Everybody speaking up is considered alt-right and being silenced. Yeah.
That's good.
Masks.
Hijab, burqa. Yeah, but isn't it funny? ICE is giving travel warnings for Europe. I use it. I used to know it the other way around. But well, they make an exception though. They say if someone has the coronavirus, he's demanded to go to Europe and to sneeze at as many people as he can.
What do you mean it
But that
isn't
used to
the
work
thing?
out fine.
But there is no cause and effect, honest.
Want to hear something funny? Federal Council Berse, I mentioned before, traveled to Italy to check the situation out there and returned. Shortly after that, first cases in Bern, where that that person lives, started to appear,
Yeah.
meaning he brought the virus to Bern. Yeah. I
And
keep saying
politicians are
we have to think
stupid.
about if Corona is a chance for the humanity and not just a catastrophe.
Oh yeah, well that was the big question I was asking is, are the positives going to be better than the negatives? Because there are positives.
Yet there are a lot of positives. They are called infected.
No, but I mean, it's like, you know, the sudden disinterest in a lot of social justice is a positive.
Did any of you hear the story about France blocking face masks and stuff coming to the UK?
What you mean exporting them because they need them themselves?
There was something in, I think it's We Got a Problem, made a video about it a day or so ago. He was saying that there were literal guards or people at the border stopping or they're trying to stop the shipment of face masks and stuff going through.
Oh no, that was Germany to Switzerland, I think. They stopped deliveries of face masks 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
And
well,
other medical supplies too.
that is part of the upside, the consequences
Well, thanks,
of
John.
globalism. Yeah, it's a
Not only that.
globalist bullshit. It's, just because we can buy this stuff cheaper from there, we shan't have any industry or creation of wealth of our own.
Well, that is true, but still, there are certain limits you shouldn't cross, and Germany is crossing them very often recently, and
Well, no,
I'm
I
getting
agree.
quite annoyed, I have to admit.
No, I agree. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it's a good thing about a particular action. I'm talking about the general awakening of people to the evil influences of globalization and the prioritization of profit merely for the wealth owning classes.
Well, yeah, but it's not just globalization, it's the all-in globalization. Because I kept saying since the mid-1990s, you have to keep the capability of producing things within your own country.
Yeah, exactly.
Also to have,
Precisely.
also to compare the quality of the goods you are getting, because otherwise, if the deliverer starts to build less quality-based
Yeah.
things, how do you fix it? How do you deliver things? And well, I hope
Yes,
people would.
it's a fundamental problem of price gouging. It's like in Britain, we've had the bloody Chinese and the Indians dumping subsidized cheap steel, destroying our industry because they've overproduced. So they dump it in our market, wipe out our manufacturers. And it's like, do you see why sometimes you have to protect your industry? Because those cunts are dishonest.
And ultimately, on this situation, you're going to have to give your own country's industries priority, because not every country in the European Union is going to get out of the present situation at the same time. And the first country to successfully eradicate or at least control the COVID-19 outbreak cannot wait for the other countries to do the same, to reactivate its own economy. And it seems like a lot of the countries are going to wait for a green light from the European Union to say that to say that the business may resume. So
Yeah.
we can all be we can all be healthy and have to sit on our asses and even though we're fully capable of resuming work.
Well, and the other thing is, a healthy internal economy, and as Michael was saying, the ability to produce things for yourself, they're fundamental parts of the health of your nation. They're important. Yeah,
Well, so
because
did
it's
Europe.
cheap. Yeah. Was it 90%,
I wouldn't say that.
95% in America? I don't know what Europe's situation is.
Yeah, but we can only produce what the parts with the parts they have on stock, and there's the problem. The what is it called? Die Grundstoffe. Yeah, the raw materials. Thanks. They are coming from China too. So we have 70%, only 70% of imported drugs, but to create the other ones, we need the raw material, but which we don't have. Yeah. They don't have the production lines anymore. That's why. And the only production line in Europe is from BASF, the one in Germany. and they need cotton or the paper flocks they are using, and they are coming from China. Well, not at the moment, therefore they cannot produce anymore. Yeah, but there's a lockdown. They can't ship anything. Yeah, that's now. And when the virus is over, we don't need that shit anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Is what this will mean for globalization going
Yeah.
forwards when we start to see the weaknesses in being ultra reliant on companies, countries you have no control over when something bad goes wrong. And people knew about this kind of thing. It's just no one cared because it was all about the cheapest price. The what?
We all are.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what that means.
Might be a Dutch saying.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't had any new infections officially, and Italy asked for help, which it didn't get from the European Union, which might cause some great political disturbances. And so the Chinese responded, sending doctors and so on and drugs and supply, because they have both the raw material and the production lines. And while Germany and so on was sending material over there they didn't need because because they needed doctors, the Chinese produce those things on mass, have now enough, and can export for cheaper prices than the one remaining in Europe. As they should. Seriously, as they should. Let them pay for the stupidness of decisions the politicians taken.
Yeah.
I think that any potential new infected are just being disappeared.
Either that or they stop testing for corona, because if they don't test, they don't have a positive case of corona, and the only thing you can do is to treat the symptoms anyway. So yeah.
Well, that guys.
And Switzerland. Just look at today's numbers. Oh God. Oh. Just close the window. Let me check again. Let's just hope my system works. Yes. Show me the numbers, please. Today's numbers: 6,113 persons infected, 56 died. Yeah, for a country with 8 million and 40,000 square kilometers, it's a kind of big number. Well, that's right. I meant the number of infections, infected, not the ones who died, because that compared with the flu is actually average at the moment. Can I compare it with swine flu because I had that one? Yeah, and I think in the end it was about 100 people, but many of them were in the high risk area and had other illnesses before, like this year.
Yeah.
Only 100%.
A 1%. Yeah. Yeah. By definition.
How many recovered?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because we don't know it. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No, no, exactly, exactly. No shit, Sherlock. Hmm. Really? You
Are
mean
you
you're not
sure?
a ghost?
So you didn't
Okay.
have the man flu? Yeah.
What's the man flu? It's the worst disease ever to hit humanity. But only men.
You can die by it, man. He seriously never heard of it, did he? Okay, boomer.
Hey, nothing to do with age. I'm older than him and I know all about the man flu. The man
Yeah.
flu is what patronizing misandrist women call any man who's sick.
Yes.
Yes.
But women are most affected.
Yes.
That's actually true. No, I have another thing to add, if you please. Because of the death count from the coronavirus, there's also that several doctors in Germany are speaking out against the standard treatment. I talked about it in the pre-stream, and I'm not sure if it's correct information because it was from a alternative source, so to speak. But the doctor said there's following treatment required to do: high dosage steroid, broadband antibiotics, another antibiotic, an immune suppressant, and the antiviral drug that is used against HIV. And if you use an not the anti thing, what did I say? The immune suppressant, You don't have any immune system working anymore. When you have a virus infection, that's the question: did you die of the treatment or of the virus itself? Yeah, as John mentioned that. No, was it Ludicrous or John
Me.
who mentioned the
Hydrochloroquine.
chlorophyll? Chlorophene.
No, it wasn't
Chloroquine.
me. I
Chloroquine.
am ignorant.
Yeah, it's a quinone derivative. So your gin and tonic will keep you safe.
I would say yuck. It's vile.
You have to ask for bitter lemon every time you fly on an airplane. The stewardess will love you because she has to walk back and get a special bottle.
I have never drunk bitter lemon. It is vile. I don't care. It tastes shit. Good. Neither will I. I live in the south of England. Until global warming brings the mosquito back, I think I'm safe.
You can have my mosquitoes. They are flying already.
Speaking of global warming, the ecologists are going to become insufferable just because they believe they've been proven right with all the pollution disappearing from the Venice canals.
It's not pollution; it's just sand that gets.
Yeah, but
stirred up.
ecologists don't let facts get in the way of their narrative.
No. I know.
Ask him to drink the water. Let's see how clean it is. But people have bought enough TP.
Technically, the Venice canals are directly connected to the Adriatic, so it's probably seawater. No, but I'm saying, but it's seawater anyway. You don't drink seawater.
When it's our Greta followers, it's no big loss.
Yes, Greta followers, go and try the Venice canal water.
Yeah, and tell us how clean it is.
Don't want governments to do anything. Crikey. That's the problem. Too much fucking government.
I'm sorry, but who believes it started in January? The news were full of it in November and December. All newspapers, even in Europe. In January, they even had a report in the Süddeutsche Zeitung, that's a German newspaper, that the virus went airborne. And then there was the first case in Italy, and everything was forgotten.
Well, it hasn't gone airborne.
Yeah, but they also tweeted out to use ibuprofen to reduce the fever. Next day they tweeted use it. Then the next day they don't use it. Do you trust the WHO? The Doctor Who's? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, the male to
bullshit.
female ones can come to me. I have an ex.
Bullshit. I say bullshit.
Life threatening.
No, bullshit.
Yeah. Penis is life threatening, or breasts for those women who want to be men.
Yeah,
They are dying if they have tits.
Did
Then
you
they start
hear?
drinking beer and develop beer tits.
Did you hear Natty last night, Michael? She was saying she'd got into conversation with this.
Oh, the one that
feminist.
pushed her.
No. She's saying she later got in this conversation with a feminist who said that sexual assault by a man was worse than a woman because a man walks around with a weapon on the outside of his body.
Oh yeah, penis is warhead.
Yeah, the penis is a weapon of war.
Shooting out lots of mouths.
No, it's a weapon of war, literally, and therefore, because a man has a penis, anything he does is worse. Quite how you do the two things that you. It's like if I had a gun, right, and I went around and rescued a cat out of a tree. Is the fact I've got a gun somehow making that saving a cat a barbaric act?
Yeah, because no cat ever died on a tree. Or did you ever see a cat skeleton on a tree? They come up, they come down. They just stay up there to fool the humans.
No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Okay, not cat save tree. Jump in a river to save a puppy. Something. Anyway, the point is having the gun. Her argument was as if having the gun negates and inverts anything positive you do.
But if you jump off a bridge, the problem with the gun solves itself. I
Where did
think
the
I
bridge come
misunderstood
from?
him somehow.
Where did the bridge come from? What bridge?
Didn't you say you jumped from a bridge to save a
No,
puppy?
I said jump in a river.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now it makes sense. I'm sorry.
Well, that would still solve the problem because the water would get into the gun and then that would stop it from working, really, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't, because today's bullets are waterproof. You can walk with your rifle or with your pistol through a water and go out and still shoot. It's not the paper things, except you have the shotguns. They have still paper bullets, and if they get wet, well, yeah,
They're gone.
yeah. They are illegal though. You can't get them as normal citizen, even in the States.
No
Oh, it's fun
shit.
shooting with a dirty barrel. Trust me, we did it in the army. Well, you aim before you shoot, actually. Normally, at least. But there are always those who don't aim and shoot.
Isn't that why
Yeah.
some?
So
Isn't that
you waste one to get the water out, and then you aim.
isn't that why some of them use put condoms in the end of their guns to stop that from happening?
I thought it's because they were frat boys.
No, white soldiers actually use something to close the barrel, yeah. But that's just because you have to clean the fucker after every service, and if there's no dirt in there, it's easier to clean it.
Cosmetic, even. That's all right. Yeah. That's hate speech. That's science. And that we know is patriarchal oppression. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why it's hate speech.
Yeah, but okay, but according to new Swiss hate speech laws, these facts don't matter.
No.
And if you get the same law, which you eventually get, because Switzerland is always the prototype for the EU laws nowadays, you are going to be in trouble, sir.
We're
Oh,
not.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, I
I live
changed the
in Britain.
gender.
I can already get arrested for mean tweets.
And when I hear life-saving surgeries, I mean, have they ever heard of sexchangeregret.org? Because
No.
that's a site that lists all those who had their sex amended and then regretted it.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting read.
Well, if you sit there with your fingers in your ear going la 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 la, of course they haven't heard of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh no, you see, here's how they work it out. If you don't get gender reassignment surgery, you kill yourself because you need it, right? But if you do get gender assignment surgery, it's society's bigotry and hatred that drives you to suicide. Honest gov.
John, you start thinking like them. That scares me.
No, I'm just saying that's how they think. That's their reasoning process.
You lost them.
Yeah, well, and that's probably why even in my subscriptions it doesn't show that the stream is on.
But I had the video of Ludicrous shown as a notification.
Yeah, but it's shadow banned as a live stream. So Ludicrous's video is in my subscription fee, but not this stream, even though this stream is going on. But if I open the side tab with subscriptions, it is showing as going on. And we aren't the only one. I've got 3 streams of channels I'm subscribed to. Oozaloo, SOT Scream, and Active Patriot, and only Oozaloo showing on the subscriptions page. Because the other 2 are both about coronavirus.
Hmm.
One of the numbers is wrong, I just see. I just checked the Swiss numbers, and they state 400 people more confirmed than the Swiss numbers. Question is now, who has the right numbers?
No one.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know how they get the numbers? They make them up. Okay.
Well, who knows? The WHO. Who knows?
But no, I mean,
Doctor Who knows.
when you're talking about live figures, right? How are you going to collate live figures on things like who's got the virus?
Hello, am I still there?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Just had a power shortage, but the computer keeps running. What the fuck is wrong now? I'm back in a few minutes.
Oh, he's not going to answer your question then.
Well, anyone can answer the question.
Well, I suppose I could always do the heat camera thing. That's what China did.
No, but I mean, what I'm saying is like, let's suppose that I got the virus and I'm sat at home, I'm self-isolated. How the hell would anyone on the planet know?
The live stream.
Because you would make a video about it.
No, but the point is there will always be a significant proportion of people who are off the radar of all official counts. So they cannot know. They can estimate, but they can never know.
You know
So
what
they make them up.
You know what they say, John? Lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Yeah, they just make it up. This is my point. Is people come out and say there's a million X, and if it suits your narrative, you believe it. If it doesn't suit your narrative, you disbelieve it. But the point is, few people ever say, "Well, how the fuck would anyone know in the first place?"
Yeah, well, there's the issue, because I was just looking at the official health department site. Let me get the numbers again. 6,113 persons confirmed tested positive, 56 died. Numbers from March 21st, 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
And
so
now,
they're going to be more up to date, aren't they?
Yeah, when I now go back to the Axis, or how this page is called. Let me check, wait for the numbers. There we go. 6,500, the numbers Modwin just said, from today, 12 o'clock, not possible. It says 12 p.m., not possible. It's 10 to 1 a.m. at the moment. March 22nd, I mean. That's not possible. This
You
time
know that
isn't
both
true.
12 p.m. and a.m. are impossible. Just to be pedantic about this issue.
Yeah, but it states 12:43.
No. But 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. don't exist.
Yeah, but that's why I say this number isn't possible, because if it shows 12:43, then it's the 24-hour count. And I'm sorry to say, it's not 12 o'clock somewhere on today, because the today is only 50 minutes old.
Well, it is if you go east another time zone.
Yeah, but then it's March 21st, not 22nd.
No, if you go east another time zone, it's an hour later than you are.
Yeah, but I would have to go 12 hours. And then we are yesterday already.
I'm confused.
Yeah, time travel, man.
I think it's going
time
the
travel. COVID-19 proves time travel is possible. You just have to go to east.
Well, if there's only going to be 5 in this stream, you may as well put my video up anytime you're ready. If you, as there's only going to be 5 people viewing this stream at any time, anytime you want to put up my video, I'm happy enough.
Ludicrous video.
I don't know if anyone hasn't seen it here yet.
Yeah. So that's the.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
give the video another view. You can need it.
Oh, it's a bit loud. Oh,
I've equalized the noise.
have you turned it down yet?
With everyone else talking about it, I have decided to cave to the pressure. So let's have this open and honest conversation about Corona. No, not that one. That's better. As with most of the rest of the Western world, I did not start hearing about coronavirus until about mid-January through early February, or pretty much when it was too late to even attempt to try containment. Since this time, I have been sitting watching the Corona Network news like the rest of us, and I was so shocked and appalled that I was literally compelled to make this vid. As soon as Corona hit Europe, the whole news cycle exploded. You could even say it went viral. The story unfolded that Corona's genesis story starts in China. In fact, the epicenter of the outbreak was coincidentally right beside a lab that was specifically conducting research into that class of virus. Isn't life funny sometimes? It has gone under several names to date: COVID-19, Kung Flu, the Pandemic. However, I have been reliably informed that its preferred personal noun is Fluhan. Corona was forced to flee China to escape the authoritarian regime which appeared hell-bent on its genocide. Coronavirus had to move west due to persecution. Words like elimination and eradication were used. So Corona headed to the west, most probably seeking refugee status. What it faced when it reached Europe cannot be described as anything other than germophobic. Countries across Europe have now closed their borders, with many public outlets expressing blatant extreme antiviral sentiments. Citizens are being ordered to stay indoors to prevent exposure to this cultural enrichment. Now the same genocidal rhetoric is being spread in Europe, and governments are openly seeking any method to annihilate Corona. I, for one, cannot condone any inhumane treatment of Corona. Where has the EU sentiment of being accepting and having open borders gone to? Where are Corona's rights? I would ask us to come together in solidarity against this bigotry, but I, like everyone else, am in quarantine. So I will leave it to Amnesty International.
John's muted himself, so I think he's offline for a bit.
No, I was typing and I didn't want to clatter through the video.
Oh, cheers. It's just something that was going around my head for a couple of days since I made my last video about the virus of peace. And so I had to put it in.
I'd just like to say I have absolutely no idea what moderating was talking about. Okay, I will take your word for it. I can honestly say it rings zero bells. I find it highly amusing that the Americans have somehow started to pay attention to the Daily Mail, given that for my entire lifetime, this country has not. Let's just say we've exported it to America and they're too dumb to notice what a pile of shit it is. Yeah. Yeah. People are talking about it. You mean there are people who talk about it. And did you know? Okay, just a thought. There are people who think the earth is flat. No, but my point is this. Just because some people say anything doesn't mean it matters. Just saying. Well, if you listen to everything everybody ever said,
Did you ever get anything done?
yeah, I mean, it's like, seriously, apply the intelligence filter to things that come in your ears and go, that's bollocks. Let's disregard these idiots. No, it's a luxury that stood me well my entire life. No, it's your world. It's what I'm trying to say. You pay too much, you give too much heed. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. I didn't say that. You said say, not do. Well, sorry. You talk about what people say, and I say ignore what people say. And then you start talking about what people do. And that is not the same thing. Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah. Yes. So you're saying we should do what we've been trying to do for years? Yeah, but the problem is when you say we, it is a wonderful vagary of the English language that if you're talking to a group of people and you say we, it is easy to interpret to mean the group of people as those other people you are addressing. If you meant everyone and you said everyone, we would understand you meant everyone and not we. And yes, it would be nice if the general social attitudes were less moronic, but that is a separate issue.
Yeah, common sense is not common.
No. Yes, but it's
By
not
the way,
a new
moronic
problem.
behavior. I just read that in Den Haag, a guy was imprisoned for threatening with death or heavy assault because he coughed at 2 police officers. Is this true?
Well, he should go to California because you can give people AIDS on purpose and not be a crime
Yeah, but
there.
yeah, but it just covers AIDS and not Corona.
No, but what I'm saying is, but that's their attitude. You deliberately infected people.
Well, shall he fuck the police officers?
It's just no. I'm just saying that the jurisdictional attitudes vary immensely. Was my point.
Well, that's true.
And therefore, he should go to California, where they wouldn't prosecute him for giving someone a life-threatening illness. They would go, sure, why shouldn't you? It's your right.
Well, the law in California has been relaxed to stop people from being arrested for that now.
What, the HIV? That was my point. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, the coronavirus would fall into that too, wouldn't it? Surely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if they have written the HIV specifically into the law, then it's not covered.
No, but it's very complicated, is the point. Laws are complicated.
But if you're going to say it for one virus, surely you've got to say it for another virus.
Maybe only the COVID virus if you fuck somebody, as mentioned.
Oh, I know, but they're just going for precedent. I mean, like, there was a story that I had heard about a guy who had traveled specifically from Singapore who was infected with COVID to Europe to infect other people before heading back home.
Well, he was the nicest terrorist, obviously.
Or a cunt.
Hey, listen, people, we can stop worrying around about the COVID-19. The Germans just found out it was Putin who spread it. Not joking. Oh, no.
Yeah.
But it's a campaign of the Kremlin. Oh, God.
China trying to blame America.
Yeah. Haven't you heard it?
That's just a great double bluff. That is.
Yeah, the American soldiers been in Wuhan before the spread of the virus in November.
Why were
Well,
American
then again,
soldiers in Wuhan, or what do they call it?
Communist logic, so.
No, I'm saying, why were the Americans there?
Why are they in Syria? Because they can.
No, they can
I
be
don't
in
know.
Syria because they can, but being in China is not quite the same thing.
I know that. You know that. Question is, do the communists in China know that?
Well, if the communists in China don't know that, then they're not
Also,
communists
actually
in
have
China.
fever at the moment.
Yeah. And all the Americans have to say
Then they bring out a guy and say, "I American soldier, I bring China, I bring virus to one.
yeah.
I like rock and roll and Coca-Cola."
But hey, that was enough to attack the Iraq in 2003.
Hmm. Well, of course, all of this is bullshit because, according to this conspiracy theory I saw the other day, Bill Gates had the virus spread so he could then sell us the vaccine that he already has on his vault for 10 years.
Windows 10 is not going to work. I'm sorry to say. Windows 10 is a virus itself.
Wait a and they never offer a cure. They tell us to update.
No, they don't have to. Just install Linux.
Hmm.
What is it?
As the bishop said to the actress.
No, that's definitely the actress to the bishop.
Oh, by the way, is Weinstein still alive? Because of all the Corona shit, I fear he might have Epsteined himself.
They moved him to a high security prison. So you know what?
In New York with video surveillance.
Hmm.
How long
Made in
before he hangs
China.
himself? Yeah, how long before he hangs himself?
You know.
But at least we haven't heard anything of Greta anymore because she wanted us to panic. Now we are panicking. Now she's quiet. She wanted us to stop the whole business things. We did.
Oh, damn it! That was the point I wanted to make earlier about the, the whole thing about the effects on international trade. And you would think the environmentalists would be overjoyed because if we start producing things more locally and reducing the
Transport costs and
the transport overheads, you think they go, oh, great, this is fantastic. Okay, I know, I'm joking. They wouldn't. But you would think if they had any principles in mind. Yeah. Really? No? Why?
No.
or we're getting less than 5.
So the stream is affected with Corona.
I have a question. Does anybody else feel like you don't feel as a consumerist anymore?
No,
Because when
I stopped feeling consumerist a long, long time ago.
I want to see if the normies go back to buying stuff after all these weeks not being able to do anything.
Well, actually, I fear that the economical outcome of the virus will be very, very bad because of all the panic and the buyings of the people. They have so much stock at home, both TP and food, that in the next few weeks or months even, they don't have to buy any groceries anymore.
No.
And then we
Right.
will see the grocery stores closing down because no one is buying the products anymore.
It's not just grocery stores who will be stuck.
Yeah, every store actually.
And the producers, because they can't move product.
Airlines, all kinds of companies.
I did see one sector that is suffering quite badly in Amsterdam, and that's the red light district. Because
No, they are not suffering. I just read today that Beate Uhse in Germany made a. I hate stuttering just to mention it once in a while. that they made a dildo taxi. Sex shops are not necessary goods to sell, meaning they can't have the stores open, so they just took their cars, put some stock into the car, and they're driving through to the areas where the people live, to the inhabited areas, and selling their stuff there.
Mhm.
That's a dildo taxi for the undersexed.
Well, only for the women. Only women's sexual.
Oh, they also have goods for men. They also have handcuffs and so on for the kinkiers. But
Yeah, but that's still,
yeah, but the red
we're
light.
not allowed sex dolls, but a dildo's just fine.
Yeah, well, but they are finding ways. The oldest business in the world, they always find new ways. They will survive.
We'll try to get you a flashlight.
The silence is deafening.
Well, I'm happy enough to finish things up here.
Yeah, me
It's going
too.
for almost 2 hours now, an hour and 45
Yeah, but
minutes.
I think we also should check if he washes his hands right.
No, I
No,
don't
no.
care.
We don't want to know that.
No.
That's true.
That'd be me.
Which are essentially the same that are watching the
Three of them
screen
were
at the
John.
moment.
Yeah.
He said he was in and out. He was busy, basically.